Hello, everyone. Whoops. RBG Game get here back with the finale. At least the story finale. It's something that I guess I don't know how to say it. It's not the finale of the Let's Play, but it's more so the finale of the story content for now. Anyway, there's still some story content that that I want to show off at some point. But yeah, of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. In the previous video, we beat Tiamat. We beat the demon that also came after, which was rough. Yeah, it was. I could not have put that into one video. Even cutting out some of the stuff. I did want you guys to see some of the fight too, at least like the majority of my first attempt of it. But like, yeah, no, it was rough. So it was. I also don't like putting out 2-hour-long videos unless I absolutely have to, and even then it's one of those things where it's like, okay, what can I cut out of this to make it not be 2 hours? But yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, but now we have Algami back. Algami is back with us, and now we gotta go face Lucifer, which I remember this happening in the true neutral ending of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vanilla that was only out on the Switch. I remember that happening. So it seems like we always have to fight Lucifer at the end of every video, or at the end, at both endings of the new Law and the new Chaos ending here, kind of like that. But yeah, off screen, guys, as you see, I did level up. I'm at level 96. That is the level I needed to be in order to get actually, the level I need to be in order to get Beelzebub was 95, but in order for me to get Beelzebub with Drain Force, which is what Ball had, I needed Ball to level up, but I was leveling up too, so it was kind of one of the things where when he leveled up, I leveled up kind of thing. So yeah. I also have Ariok. So there's Ariok, who is actually going to be helpful during the fight with Demi-Fiend and possibly Shiva, and maybe even the other super boss that there is in here left to do as well. So yeah, I like his stuff that he has right here. I'm going to get rid of this for a high ice Pelaroma. So I've never been too keen on giving enemies style sentiments. I've never been too keen on that, but it's fine. I might also increase his strength to boost up his strength more so as well, and give him his strength, make it a higher than +2, but we'll see about that. All right, but for now, that's where we're at. Yeah, there's Beelzebub, as you see right there. He knows drain, he either resists or null or drains everything, so that's actually really good. I'm not gonna bother with Boon Boost. I think Boon Boost, I'm gonna just move it. Sword skills. Oh, sweet. I can use sword skills to do that. Actually, no, I want it to be like that. So then I want this to be... There we go. That's the way I want it to be. I need to do that at some point with all my demons. It's rough to do that, though. I made Vishnu, I made Surt, I made Son of the Foon, I made Sarosh, and yeah, Beelzebub. That's pretty much it. I made some other demons as well. Kind of just going through all the demons that I have left to make through this.
Welcome to the...
That I could anyway. So if we can look at my compendium, I'm at 94%, which is not bad. If I'm being completely honest, I have to look at my Demon Compendium in my Switch version, which when I'm gone on my trip, maybe I'll kind of do that. For no reason in particular, just so I do that. And then also have one file with all the enemies in it too. So there's that. Reverse Compendium Fusion. So I guess these are the only 2 demons left that I can make that I have not had. I believe I have had all the special fusion demons now, too. Yes, I have. Actually, I could just go and... At least in terms of ones I can make right now. Obviously, there's probably some quests, with Michael and Belial. I don't have those 2 demons. I think... Oh, and Shiva, of course. Trying to think if there's any other demons that are part of the compendium here that I do not have. Not that I can think of, so. This is the only way I can make Metatron have all the demons I have. No weaknesses, but I could give him all that shit. I could give him no. What does he learn? He'll learn Repel Light, which is good. I'd like him to know like Null Dark or something like, or like, you know, Resist Dark, but none of these guys know it, so I'd have to like remake one of these guys. Maybe Ashura. Oh god. I have a popcorn kernel in my teeth. It's just done. But yeah. Obviously gonna cost a shit ton of money, but that's fine. And then Rog, I can easily just go befriend one if I want to. I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
Return when you have.
Well, yeah. This is pretty much it. This is the final countdown of the game. So, we should be fine, I would assume. I mean, let's just look at my party right here. Yeah, we got fire weakness. But then we have someone, like, we have him, who's, yeah, you know, resist light and ice. But then we also have two demons that either repel or resist light. And then one resist light, so. The thing we really just gotta worry about is fire, and that's for me, so. So let's do this. Let's take on Lucifer. We travel to the realm beyond the earth and heaven. If I remember correctly, that fight was actually like, I don't want to say easy, but it was like hilariously done. Oh shit, if I also remember correctly, it's also kind of like a whole, oh, I have to fight him like 5 times or something like that too. It's rough. This might actually be rough, so we'll see. But it was not in this form that we fought him. Or maybe we did fight him in this form a few times, but then there was another form he had that we fought him in.
To possess such incredible power, no doubt means you are able to see my true form.
Oh yeah, his true form, yep.
Me.
I actually really like this form of Lucifer. It's really cool.
Shall we begin? As the Lord of Chaos, I defeated the Creator, consumed his knowledge, and became more than he could possibly imagine. It was then I came to understand this world. Following the world's recreation, a new dot will eventually appear. And soon after, the gods will rise up to claim the throne. At which time, the Nahobino of that world will destroy you. And the throne will once again receive a new ruler. This endless cycle is the result of a spatial governing phenomenon known as the Mandala system. Do you not wish to be free of such restrictions? Do you not wish to be free from Mandala's eternal machinations?
That'd be nice. Yeah, yeah.
Long have I searched for a way to truly be free. At last, I have found but one possibility. End me. Consume my knowledge, and with it, wrest this world from the Mandala's endless eons.
Okay.
This is the reason for my transcendence. Burn. Perish.
I'm actually gonna change Gabriel out for Nua.
Come!
I'm actually gonna change you out too. For Vishnu? Send to the phone? Sarosh? Surt? Ah, Vishnu.
Let's go!
He blocks electricity too.
One must consider true freedom.
Forgot. Oh, get out of here. I forgot what I had to do with this. I think.
You ready?
Okay, he absorbs the light. No, fuck it. I'm gonna use the spy scope to see what you're all. Okay.
The time has come. From God's defeat. Burn.
How do I look at the stats again? If user does not receive damage on a turn, adds one press icon to the start of the next turn. Oh. Wow, okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay.
It's time!
I think it's better to do the critical one for this because Murakuma will do more damage. So.
From God's defeat.
Ah, he's not weak to ice as long as this thing's up here. I see. Cool, we love that.
Just as a star falls, so shall you.
Ow.
Is that all?
Cool. I wonder if that was something that bypassed. Okay, he fully blocks all that, so I don't even want to attempt to even like be like, oh yeah, here's use whatever. So, no, Maria, come on in. You're gonna give us
Your
luster
turn.
candies.
Go! You ready?
Oh, come on.
One must.
Nice.
From God's. The time has come.
Okay, he's probably weak to fire now. And so am I.
One must consider true freedom thunder.
It's time!
One must consider true freedom.
Oh, I guess we didn't technically destroy this thing, did we? I'll just use a fire drum on it. Yeah, you gotta use a fire drum too, because you don't want to get killed.
From God.
Guess he's fine, but you're not really fine. Neither are... Well, yeah, you know Narukami, so that's fine. You know what? I will bring you in.
Let's go!
You know the fire skill, so I'll bring you in.
Your turn! Go!
One must consider truth.
Okay, critical stab.
The time has come.
Oh,
Is that all?
he's the one who will do big damage. That would do big damage.
Come!
Okay. Ooh. Feel like I kind of lucked out on that one. There you go, Maria shower. Nice, I got a critical.
The time has come.
Dumbass. I'm not gonna do critical yet because I think there will be another phase that comes up, and I kind of want to save this just in case. Oh God, are you fucking kidding me?
The time has come.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually glad I saved the critical for now, because, yeah, I want... This is much better to have the critical for. But is it actually... Is it actually over?
Right. Magnificent, my children.
It's actually over.
With this, the world will surely be freed.
Okay, then. I'll be honest, I remember the Lucifer fight being much different, but then again, maybe it is different in the true neutral ending, so... Oh God, the hair is freaking the fuck out. Oh, now we're going to do the walk. Yep, there's the walk. And the credits will play. Alrighty. This was Lynn, huh? Well, there's a lot of names going through here, but yeah, this is it, guys. This was Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I mean, what can I really say about this game that I didn't say about the original game? I mean, it's been, what, 3 years since the original game came out, I believe. I still loved it. I still love this game. I know there were moments where I was, you know, yelling, screaming, raging, and all that stuff, and especially in the oh God, if in that previous fight, oh my, the one against Tomat or whatever the fucking thing's called, Yeah, that one could suck a dick. Not only because of like how like it took so long, but then when I died because I died when it had like an inch of health left, and I was so scared it was gonna. I feel like it was about to happen again there too. Not that long ago. So a couple things. Obviously, I will show the chaos ending. I will show the chaos ending. That's something I don't know when I will do. I think something I want to do first is I do want to go through a canon of creation route first. So that means I will have to load up. I will do New Game Plus and do a canon of creation route, probably on the chaos route on that side, just so I can get Belial. And maybe I'll show off me fighting Shiva and Demi-Fiend as well. Even though I know I showed those off, you know, in the when I did original Shin Megami Tensei 5. I don't know if I will. I feel like with the way, because I want to do it legit for them both in a way, because I didn't really do it legit for them. I did on the easiest difficulty, but it's like whatever. So I kind of want to do that for this one. Though they could each be their own video, or maybe they're each one video a pop. Like they're like Demi-Fiend's one video, Shiva's one video, or they're both of them would be in one video. Probably be that way. But like I said, I mean, I would have to go through the entire game. But luckily, I could, you know, fast forward through it. It might be rough because I would have to play it on hard again if I want to do it on hard. But I mean, the good news is with New Game Plus, I can easily, you know, go through it easily. And you know, like I'm at level 96 or whatever, so it's not gonna. I have a feeling and then here's the original staff. You know, the original characters. You know, or the original thing. The original voice cast, I believe. I mean, I feel like the only difference is with Yoko and maybe like the Kadishtu, of course. But I feel like they probably brought everyone back that was in here originally. But yeah. Obviously, we don't even know what we're gonna get yet in the law ending here until after the credits are done here. It's just to see what happens. I honestly, I said this before and I'll say it again. I did want to get the chaos ending. I wanted to get the chaos ending, but I think the moment that Tao showed up, that deferred. I was like, nope, you got. Maybe not. Maybe the moment is at the end there. It all depends on like what alignment you're at when you enter that. If you're more chaos, maybe, because it feels like, but it wouldn't. It honestly wouldn't make sense for Yoko to follow you how Tao does. You know, during that last section, it doesn't really make sense for that. Now that I'm kind of talking about it, but it feels like at the end there, you know, before we fought Tiamat, where it was the choice of, you know, like, hey, take my hand. And like, no, take my hand. And I didn't really have a choice. It was straight up, oh, whatever my alignment was, which I say that's great, because that's something that the original 5 did not have. It didn't matter what your alignment was. Your choice at the end is really what mattered, or not even at the end. The choice to enter the place is what matters. Like you could have picked all the chaos side stuff, and you could have been like, nah, I want to uphold God's rule, or, you know, want to get the law ending, and vice versa, and you'd still get that ending. Didn't matter what your alignment was. So it just mattered for like the quest inside then. So like you pick the law stuff, but then you have to pay a fine for that one quest. And I don't think the quest for whatever the seed that you get from Sophia with the compendium really changed that much. I love the new new quests that they implemented in this game, this were really nice. All the new ones were in here too. A lot of, quality of life stuff. The addition of the Genesis from Apocalypse. Oh, even
The
Yoko's here.
boundless potential of the world's beginning will bring peace. Where once there was instability. The Empyrean and the throne of creation shall become a cradle and shall encircle all of its wonder. Every world that has been, every world that will be, shall be nurtured within this infinite universe.
Oh.
And there, a paradise shall be born. A world where all wishes are fulfilled and none denied.
Yeah, like I said, I did want to get the Chaos ending, but I just somehow got the... Herald Masima has been unlocked for fusion. I just somehow got the law ending. Virtual training sequence, battle to preserve the world is now available. Oh, joy. All right, here we go. Saving clear data. Preparing to save clear data. By loading this clear data, you will be able to start a new game plus from the beginning of the game. In doing so, you will be able to carry over certain elements of your previous playthrough, such as your levels and money. Since clear data is a special type of save data used to start a new playthrough, it cannot be used to load previous game progression. When saving clear data, it is strongly recommended that you either save in an empty slot or override a slot you no longer want. So I'm going to save it up here. There it is. Yep, see? Cycle 1. With the new emblem there. You will now be returned to the time menu. You can start a new game plus by loading the clear data. So, yeah. The side quest. I love the new side quests that they introduced, especially like the ones where it involved like you need to have a specific demon in your party in order to use them. So, I hope I didn't miss any side quests because I didn't have a specific demon in my party at some point. But it should be fine. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Obviously the new story beats here. The canon of vengeance. I loved it. I love the Kadishtu story. I love Yoko. Yoko was great. I do love the whole how Yoko and Tao are actually they're not like their ideals conflict and all that stuff. I really like that. I honestly think one of the Shin Megami Tensei 4 had a good one too in term with all that stuff too. Shin Megami Tensei 4's ideal thing was a good one too, but I mean I could definitely see on on one hand in 4 you'd be like, no, these people are this clearly is a bad idea. You could say that for all of them. It's like, yeah, the neutral. So I kind of although it kind of sucks that there's not a neutral to this, but it makes sense in a way that there can't be. It just wouldn't work. But the thing is, here's the thing. They're not entirely wrong at all. There could be okay, you could be that's a nice, Yoko and Tao both even agreed to that's a nice thought and everything, if only it could be that way, or it's you really think something like that could happen and all that stuff. But yeah, it's really interesting. I liked kind of going back to the side quest. I do love how if you have a guest party or guest character with you, they will comment on however you completed that side quest. Be like, oh, you did that, huh? Well, that's not what I would have done. Or it's oh, you really think that, or whatever. That's a very interesting one too. What else? Masima being kind of in here again, causing mischief like he did in Apocalypse. I believe it was Apocalypse. Maybe he didn't. I don't think he caused that much mischief. I think he was more so causing mischief in Strange Journey, which is another game I never really completed or beat anyway. But I did like this game. I love the Shin Megami Tensei games. They're really fun. I really hope they do. It would be great if they brought Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Apocalypse over, because those two are fantastic games. And even though I've only saw one end in here too, for the most part, it wasn't too much different. Although, you know, the implementation of, you know, specific demon abilities, that was great. More miracles, I think they include more miracles too. And just all that stuff was wonderful. The aerial view camera thing, which is something that I only really did in the first part, was pretty cool. Yeah, the whole, you know, you actually controlling the demons for a specific side quest was pretty fun. And the fact that, like, all the side, it's basically like whole, like, yeah, no, all the side quests, you know, that they added or changed or whatever are also in the canon of creation side too, which is great. The only difference is obviously the quest that you would get in the third area. Or is it the fourth area? Hold on, let me think again. Was it the third area? Or was it no, it was the fourth area. Wait, no. There's only 4 areas. There's only four main areas. I mean, as in, like, the whole, you know, exploration thing. So, you know, you have your main dot area, your Minato, and then you have the second area, which is pretty cool too. I actually really like I saw a video or a YouTube short about, like, 5 things that I didn't really like about Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. And his first, I can't remember if his first or second thing was, like, how Minato didn't really change that much in comparison to the canon of Vengeance and the canon of Creation side. And on one hand, it's like it's kind of not supposed to. It's supposed to be like you can't really branch off too much in there. You see the thing I feel like they won with that was, like, no, we're showing you how how this is going to be different right off the bat with the whole introducing Yoko when they did, which was great, by the way. And then the whole, you know, like I said, the guest character aspect was really cool too. God, it's gonna be funny, you know, doing New Game Plus on here and being at, like, level 96, and, like, all the enemies and all my party members are still gonna be, like, at the levels they were when they, like, joined you at that moment. So that's hilarious. Yes, that is the fact true. Because someone mentioned that too, or even, like, showed screenshots, like, oh my god, look at all this. Like, we're at this high level, and, like, all the party members don't, you know, they don't align with it too, which is kind of gonna suck in the future. It depends on how you do this. Yeah, I liked it that I also did it on hard too. Not for any particular reason, just because, like, you know, it's something I can do, and, you know, I did it. Didn't lower the difficulty at all, even though I really wanted to, just so I can, you know, beat Demi-Fiend and beat Shiva. I'm curious though. I wonder what much of that, like, so Shiva's side. I'm actually so curious. Like, I'm actually surprised they kept, like, Shiva's quest in the canon of Vengeance side, unless that could change. Maybe the outcome is a little bit different comparative to canon of Creation and canon of Vengeance side. Once the fight's done, maybe whatever Shiva says or something is different. I honestly would not be able to tell you right off the top of my head right now. Again, it is an interesting thing to think about, I suppose. What else can I mention? Or what else did they have that changed? They had the new, you know, some more demon partners that, you know, and even new demons too that were great. Mentioned their, you know, abilities, which are great. I never really implemented them too much in my playthroughs, save for, like, every now and then type thing. But it's like, it's something I never really considered to do or anything. I love how even though it wasn't by much, if I'm being completely honest here, I do love how they gave Miyazu more of a somewhat more role in the Canon of Vengeance side in a way. It wasn't that much more than I would have liked. I really liked if she did have more of a role. And I did like the fact that, Kansu did become a part of the main story. I believe everything about him was only tied to side content in Canon of Creation side, which is like the OG side. I believe everything about him was only tied to side content. Like, you met him during the Bethel Summit, which I believe happens after you beat Ariok in the Demon Lord's Palace. That's where you meet that's when you meet Kansu, and then of course you also meet Zeus, Odin. I think either Vishnu shows up as a representative or Shiva's actually there, or neither of them are there. But no, it was really cool that like he was actually involved in the story. Wow. Yeah. No, kind of going back to the whole Lamu side too, like even that stuff being majorly different than how it was on the Canon of Creation side is great. The new third area was good. The Magatsuki rail being a thing now is fantastic. I like that. And that's also brought onto the Canon of Creation side, which is great. But yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really have too much complaints besides, the usual stuff. I'm sure one of the big complaints, of course, is the whole, like, well, it kind of sucks for the people who bought Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vanilla on the Switch only back then when it was only on the Switch, and now that it got the re-release, it's now on everything. So, and here's the thing. Atlas, they only have ever done this with Persona before. People, I don't know if people like are, I don't know if I've seen some people say it like this, but it's like, thinking back on it, they only done this with Persona. They've done it with Persona 3, 4, and 5. Persona 3 Vanilla, and then Persona 3 had FES, and then eventually it was also portable as well, which was only available on the PlayStation Portable. And then they had Persona 4, and then Golden, which was a Vita exclusive before it then got to Steam and then got released on everything else. And then Persona 5, and then Persona 5 Royal. When did Royal come out? Royal came out 2020 or 2021? I can't remember. I find this hilarious. I have 3 copies of Persona 5. I got my Vanilla, and then I have Persona 5 Royal, and then I have Persona 5 Royal for PlayStation 5 because it did not come out to the PlayStation 5. Persona 5 Royal only came out to PlayStation 4 back then. And I got all the special editions, all 3 of them, which is, again, that's more of a me problem, but what can you do? I'm a big Atlas fan. I've said before, and I'll say it again, I do like these games a lot, which is, again, I'm very excited for Metaphor, which I do not think they're going to do this whole, 3 years from now, here's Metaphor, Phantasma, reanimated, or whatever. I don't think they're going to do that with that kind of game. And then it's the whole, with Persona 6, when that comes out in, let's say Persona 6 comes out in 2026. Oh, okay, then 3 years from now in 2029, here's Persona 6, here's Persona 6 Emerald or whatever, because, Persona 6 is probably going to be tied to a, green color, so, I hope they don't do it. They probably are going to do it, and hell, even people are like, oh, in 3 years from now, Persona 3 Reload. Here's Persona 3 Reloaded, another one in the chamber or whatever. And this time they actually will implement FemC, and it will have, all the DLC in it already. Kind of like how Royal had all of Persona 5's vanilla DLC and all their all the demons and costumes and such. And then they also implemented new costumes and everything too, which is kind of what they did with this game, hey, here's Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance with Shin Megami Tensei 5. If you want do all that stuff, it's all in there too, even the DLC in there too, and then they added 2 other DLC stories. So yeah, it's one of those things that's like, it really does suck that they do a re-release like that. And you can't really be like, oh, just make it like a DLC thing. It's like, the way they do it, it can't be just that, because it changes the entire story. Like, people are like, oh, why didn't they just make Persona 5 Royal? Why didn't they just make that a DLC for the people that already have Persona 5? And it's like, well, you really can't, because you could still get the Persona 5 vanilla ending in Royal, but everything in between the start and the ending is completely different, with Maruki and Kashiwagi being in there and everything. Like, it does suck. I will say, like, even though Persona 5, comparing Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, I will say has the most differences. It is honestly the same game until the 3rd semester, basically, with a little bit of sprinkle of Maruki and Kashiwagi in there as well, and some other things too. Like, you know, they had the whole cleaning up thing where, you know, you saw him cook. Haru got introduced a little bit earlier too in that, and I think she also got introduced earlier too, I think during the whole beginning portion where the thing happens and you're seeing students are around. You actually see Makoto early too. I think that's actually, I don't think Makoto's in there in vanilla, but you see her there. So they do implement things, so it can't be a whole like, oh, let me buy the DLC and then load it back up, and then it's like, yeah, you can't really do that. So could there be a way where they could implement changes into a DLC for the base game without, you know, re-releasing it again for, you know, 60 or 70 bucks again 3 years later? Maybe. I think they are trying to go away from that, though. You know, the whole, like, you know, Shin Megami Tensei 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I think they are trying to go away from that, or maybe they are leaning more into this. I can't remember. There was something that came out of, I believe, a few months ago before Vengeance came out, where they kind of talked about it in a way, and I can't quite remember what was said about it, but it was something along those lines about that whole thing. I think it was maybe around the same. I think it was around the same time where the Persona director, because I think the Persona series director and the Shin Megami Tensei series directors are different people, but I think they're like higher ups in Atlas, you know, about all this stuff. I don't know. I'm acting like I know, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Maybe it was during the Persona 3 Reload. There was like an interview, like either a little bit after Reload came out or before Reload came out, where he kind of mentions like, yeah, we wanted to do, you know, FemC in here too, but it would have cost another year, and we weren't going to get much more resource, and they really wanted us to release the game within this time period and such. So yeah, it was just one of those things, like, it really sucked. And I don't think that was an Atlas call. I think it was more like higher ups call. So it still sucked, but yeah, either way, it really does suck. So again, do I think they will do something like that with Persona 3 Reload? I don't think so. And if they do, will I buy it? Yes, because I'm an Atlas slut. I will buy everything. I will buy everything Persona. I will buy everything Atlas related. Or if Atlas has their name tied, I will try my best to get it. So yeah, because I like their games that much. So overall, I do say I did like Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance a little more. Like, yeah, I did like it more, like the Vengeance side a bit more than, you know, Vanilla 5. But I really liked Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vanilla as well. So it's like, and I really liked it. I still think Shin Megami Tensei 4 is probably still my favorite Shin Megami Tensei game, even though, you know, much like with Persona, I've only played 3 through 5. And I've never, except with Persona, I have played a little bit of both of the 2 games and a little bit of 1, but I've never beaten them. So yeah, this one I have never played Shin Megami Tensei 1 or Shin Megami Tensei 2. And of course, I played some of the spin-offs, you know, Strange Journey, Demon Summoner, Raido Kusunoha. Freaking love Raido Kusunoha. That game, the first game's fantastic. I never played the second game. I hope they remake those two. They just added the Devil Summoner. I can't remember. Shin Megami Tensei Devil, or is it Devil Survivor? It's either, no, I think it's Devil Summoner. The one that was on PlayStation 2, and there's 1 and 2, and the story behind those games are actually really cool too. They just put those songs on on Spotify and all that stuff too. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's really cool. I do like this game a lot. So, the series as a whole is great, and I'll be if they'll ever make a Shin Megami Tensei 6, which I pray they do, when that will come out, who knows. I do like that they're kind of branching out from Shin Megami Tensei and Persona with Metaphor, which I'm super excited for that as well. But yeah, no, everything about this is, I liked it. But I feel like most of the critiques I had personally were probably because I was playing on hard. I'm sure there's other critiques in here too that it does feel pretty much the same for the most part, which on one hand I'm okay with, but on the other hand, the stuff that they added to are stuff that are in the canon of creation stuff, say for Yoko and the Kadishtu stuff, which is pretty interesting. But yeah. Alright, so what is next for this? As of right now, I think if my calculations are correct, this part is coming out on a Tuesday. So I'm going to try my best to maybe get to at least maybe Demi-Fiend and Shiva. And I think I'll probably just do those on the canon of creation side, which isn't a big deal. And I'll still do it on hard. So what we have left is I want to show off the chaos ending for sure. I'm not going to show off any of the canon of creation endings because I've already done that. If you want to see them, they are all on my channel here in the Shin Megami Tensei 5 playthrough. They're pretty much at the end there. So there's that. What else? I know there's actually a side quest on the canon of creation side that is also new, but is only implemented in canon of creation side. So I think I will show that off. I think I'll do that one. So we have that quest, which will probably be the first thing that will pop out. And then we'll have either the Demi-Fiend and Shiva fight, either as one video with both of them, or 2 separate videos with one of each of them. And then I will do go back to canon Vengeance and beat the Chaos side. And then there's also another super boss. There's another super boss they added, which is also implemented into the new quest on the canon of creation side, which is tied to, if you guys remember back when we were in the 3rd area and I was moving around and I picked up an item, and then our Arabaki just showed up out of nowhere and is like, here, let me take that. You can't use this here, but another you in another timeline will need it, and I can traverse there. It's actually tied to that. So in some ways, I'm glad that I did canon of Vengeance first, but in order to do the new super boss, I believe you have to do a canon of creation side first, and then canon of Vengeance. I'm not entirely 100% sure. I will look up how to unlock him. I already know who it is too, and I'm sure a lot of people know too. This game's been out for like a month by now, about a month, close to 2 months. Yeah, this game's been out for almost a month. Actually, it's probably already been out for a month. Yeah, it came out, I believe, June 14th, didn't it? Yeah, it's July. As of my recording, it's July 20th. So, yeah. So that's like 4 videos there, 4 to 5 videos, depends on. I would, if I'm being completely honest, I think I would want to save the Canon of Vengeance Chaos side to be the final video in the series here. Just cause. But yeah, so that's like, you know, we got the new side quest on Creation, Demi-Fiend, Shiva, so that's 3 videos or 2 videos. The new super boss, and then Chaos ending. So that is 4 to 5 videos right there that's left. Am I going to get them all done here too? No. I think what I'm going to do is I'll try to get there on my off time, because, you know, I have to play through this game I have to play through the game at least 2 more times, get one ending on the Canon of Vengeance, Canon of Creation side, and then go through the entire game of Canon of Vengeance again, which I'm not complaining about. I fucking love this game. This game's fantastic. To get the Chaos ending and such. And then whatever I gotta do in order to do the super boss, maybe I'll probably look that up first before I decide how to do things. But I'm pretty sure I can do I can do the new side quest first, Demi-Fiend and Shiva, and then the super boss. So that's either 3 or 4 videos right there. And of course the Canon of Vengeance Chaos ending as well. So that's 5 more parts at least. But yeah, I'm really trying to think here. Maybe to be on the safe side, when I get to that part in at the government building, I'm pretty sure I was already chaotic, but maybe I'll wait to be if I am chaotic. But I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna change until that moment where you get to the throne and you're in the middle between Yoko and Tao again. So I think that's the moment right there where it's like, all right, this is where your ending's decided, and you don't pick it. So we'll see. But yeah, I enjoy this game. So again, I do have. So I'll be. I think what I'm gonna do next. In between me, you know, doing all the Shin Megami Tensei stuff, you know, as quickly as possible. I'm going to record all of the Super Smash Brothers characters that I have left to do in whatever that thing's called. I completely forgot what it is, but I think I'm gonna record all of those next, and then like I'll do my best to, like, you know, when I'm done with recording for that, I'll, you know, play through Vengeance here. But then I'll probably also end up starting a new series as well, because again here, guys, I said this before, I'm saying again, I am going on a trip from July 27th, and I'm not coming back till either August 10th or 11th, and then even then I probably won't even have a video on August 12th. So I think what I'm also going to do, I'm only going to release videos on weekdays, so no weekend videos. So then that's just condensed to 10 days instead of 14 days, which will make it a little bit easier for me as well. And then there's also like the chance, like, okay, well, here's some more videos coming out on the day after I come back as well. So worry about that too. But yeah, that's just the heads up for now. So so I don't know if the next video that will come out the day after this will either be Shin Megami Tensei or it'll be the Super Smash Brothers. So yeah, so there's going to be no videos coming out on this upcoming Saturday and Sunday as well. That's going to start this week, and I will keep that going until I come back and try my best to, you know, release a video as well. The good news is there's not really much that I gotta worry about. So, but yeah. All right, guys. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video, guys. If you liked the video, please give the like button a click and comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what do you think of the the law ending for the canon of vengeance side. It was interesting, that's for sure. I think I liked it a little bit better than the law ending on the canon of creation side, but oh well, it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. But yeah, so far I think I do like the neutral endings better on the creation sides. But yeah, I do like the whole how there's not even a neutral ending on this side, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it all. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to the main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as following me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RPG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.